This slug frog was for my son. We got it in the pond yesterday by the river. So I said, yeah, I'll keep it. We found a fish tank too. I was like, yeah, I got an old fish tank. I was like, alright. Bet. So, someone's coming over Friday, so I was like, man, I gotta feed this frog something. So I was like, what the hell? So I get some worms and stuff from outside. I only got like a rock, see the little rock, and a leaf, and a snail, and a cricket in there. Little cricket. But I don't think what's wrong with him. That cricket, like, not jumping, no legs, but it's alive. And here comes the worm. And so this is the biggest thing in here is a rock. And as you can see, there's that frog. It's a little frog. We got a big one the other day. If you look at some of the videos down lower, we posted them. It was a really huge frog, but we let that one go. And so when we were there, we seen this little frog, and then I was like, oh, we had a net. And it was just fate, like, okay, yeah, here I have a net, found a net, here's a frog, and we have a tank. So go figure, you know, for my son. So yeah, so that's what's going on now. So now I gotta feed it. It's been in here 2 days. This is the second day without eating anything. I thought it ate a worm, but the worm went under the rock. I didn't know that worms can stay underwater too for a very long time. It was, I guess it was there for a whole day underwater. I don't know how it can hold its breath that long. A worm. But anyhow, so I dropped everything on the leaf over here, as you can see. And from there, it started making its way. Like the worm is making its way. And the snail is right there next to the frog now. It's going by the rock. And, you know, I wanted to get, I didn't know what it ate. So, well, I know it eats insects like worms and stuff. And a cricket will eat for sure, the little crickets. But I don't know about a snail. But anyway, the snail was, you know, I found it under a rock and everything, so I took everything, you know. So here comes the worm, but then the frog. So I want to record it to see what's going on now, what he'll do. The snail made his way over to the rock. The worm's making his way to the rock because that's the biggest thing in the tank, you know. And the frog's sitting on the rock. Again, that's the biggest thing in the tank. So, but that was interesting that the worm stayed under. I thought he ate the worm the other day, so he didn't eat nothing for like 2 days. I thought he ate the worm, but it was all the time under this rock, the big rock. I was like, what? And it was alive. That's the worm right there. You know, obviously it's alive underwater, you know. Like, wow. So I took it out and I put it back on, you know. Put it back on the leaf. But I got another worm too, as you can see. But then the snail started making its way. That worm went under is going under the leaf. So the snail started making its way to the rock. Like I figured it would, you know, the highest thing. Because there's nothing really to do except sit on that leaf, basically. So it made its way to the rock underwater. It went all the way down this leaf. Crawled in the water, went under the rock, and it came up on its right side over there, as you see. And the frog's right there. But the snail's just sitting there. As you can see, it's just sitting there on the right side. It's right there. It's right there on that side. The frog's not doing nothing. I don't know. I wanted to capture it if, you know, whoever wants to watch. If you don't want to watch, you know, the frog eating whatever it's gonna eat, choose. Yeah, you shouldn't watch this, but if you do want to see what happens, you know, watch. Let's watch a little more. I want to see this. What he's gonna do. But the snail came up on the other side, and so now the frog's just sitting there in that position. And the snail is right there, and the snail stopped moving, maybe because it noticed the frog. will notice something there, but I doubt it's just gonna sit there. Maybe it doesn't know, but the snail was the most curious thing in here. It was the most moving around. Now it's the most stillest almost, besides the frog. And this worm now is moving around as we see. But there's a cricket over here. I'll zoom in on it. It won't probably make it clear though. It's right there on that pile of mud. It's like a little pile of mud. If you see it's doing something, it's like eating the mud. See it moving? It's like eating the mud or something. I don't know what it's doing there. But I'm sure it's gonna start moving around after a while. So yeah, I wanna catch it and see what it's, the frog. I hope, it eats, of course. Because I want the frog to survive, for my son. Yeah, we don't, have any pets. I'm his father. My parents are foster parents to him. So he lives with them, but he comes over, as much as possible. And I'd like to have him all the time, but situations happen. So, and I want to keep the frog alive, he wanted it, so I was like, hey, I give my son anything he wants, hopefully, whatever I could, if it's within reason, and so yeah, so we'll see. Let's, come on, frog, eat something. And the worm, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I guess I'll keep you guys posted. Skip through the video, fast forward, you guys, if you want to see go forward a little bit. You have to watch this whole. I don't know if I should just leave it on record here. Let's see what happens. I don't know, maybe let me know if you guys want me to leave this on record. Tell me. Subscribe to me, put it in the comments, say, yeah, I want to see, what happens. Today is, today's Wednesday. So